to West Sylvan Broadcast News Channel.
Episode 3. In this episode, we're going to be interviewing Mr. Johansson
and Miss McGinnis.
Fun fact, Mr. Johansson's actually my block teacher, and he's a great teacher. On to his interview, y'all. What was your inspiration to teach?
What was my inspiration to teach? My inspiration to teach was experiencing some exceptional teachers when I was in high school who had a big impact on me as a learner and as a person as well. So.
Did you know that block was something that you always wanted to teach?
I didn't know there was such a thing called block until I came to West Sylvan after teaching for 16 years in Oregon. My target was English language arts, and I totally expected to become a high school English teacher, and found myself working with, it's not called block in other schools, but the school where I worked prior to West Sylvan had this same structure. They just called it something different, and it kind of fell into my lap, where I landed in that requirement to teach that, and ever since it's been going well.
What's your favorite part of block?
Having 2 periods that are undivided to do work with students, so you can use that flexibility to dedicate towards your project in one of the classes that might need more time. And so I think this having that amount of time to work with and to leverage so students can be successful is the best part.
What's your least favorite part of block?
Grading.
Okay, what are your opinions on homework giving?
I give homework sometimes.
Do you have any electives that you teach here?
I teach a class called Academy Plus, which is a focus on math, but a lot like a study skills class, where we it's a small group of students who have the opportunity to have extra help with math work or just managing their day-to-day assignments.
Do you give any homework in the elective you teach?
No, I don't give any homework in the elective I teach.
How many years have you been teaching in and out of West Sylvan?
Over 20, if you count my time teaching in New York. So this is my 20th year in Portland Public, and I worked for a little over a couple years in New York Public School.
Are there any other grades you would like to teach in the future?
Perhaps. We'll see. It's been all 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and so far so good. I really enjoy working with 6th graders, and so, but there's always possibilities in the next 10 years of my career. So.
Are there any advice you could give to 6th graders who are coming into West Sylvan next year?
Definitely. Be ready to do some hard work and give it your all, and you will do well. That's how you come into middle school.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that was a fun interview with Mr. Johansson. Thanks, Sydney, for interviewing.
You're welcome. Now on to one of our great friends, Lulu, interviewing Miss McGinnis.
So I know that you work in the library. What do you do in the library?
The library is so much more than just shelving books and checking out books. I do a lot. I plan a lot of instruction that has to do with research and information literacy skills. And we also do a lot of book purchasing. I read a lot of book reviews. I, of course, read a lot of books. And then I decided what kind of purchases to make for the library, too, so that we have a lot of good reading and a lot of new books coming in all the time.
So do you also get to do things like checking out books and filing them, too?
I do. That is part of the job. It's part of the job that sometimes is more time-consuming than I'd like it to be, but yeah, that's absolutely part of it.
Do you like to give out recommendations?
I do, but I haven't been fully involved with reading young adult lit, and so I'm really just getting my feet wet on reading a lot. So I can try to make recommendations from what I've heard, and I'm just working through reading a bunch of different young adult novels so that I can make even better recommendations moving forward.
And I know that you teach block, so do you just teach one block class?
Yes, I have one block class in the morning for first and second period, and then I have lunch, and then I'm in the library in the afternoon.
What's your opinion on homework for block classes?
I try not to give it at all. I don't think that homework is very equitable because we use a lot of technology in our class, and maybe some kids don't have access to it. And I also want kids to be able to work on what we're working on in class, so if they have any questions, they can ask me, and they don't have to take it home
had homework that people would be just having their parents do it for them, or
I think it has happened in the past, and that it happens sometimes, but maybe not all of the time.
and then what's your opinion on raising hands or talking out?
I think that as long as you have a classroom environment that has kind of been trained on how to just have a discussion without raising hands, I think there's a lot to be said about just kind of a collaborative discussion or a collaborative atmosphere where kids can kind of speak their mind. But there's a lot of groundwork that has to be laid before that. You know, you have to be able to wait till someone else is done talking and look at your classmates and recognize that someone else has something to say and, you know, self-monitor. Know that you're not always the one who's going to be talking.
So sometimes it's more work, but you like to have it that way?
We do practice a little bit, and I wish that we could have it in my class a little more than we do, but we have a little more practice to do.
Do you have any electives?
No, I don't have any.
Would you like to have any in the future?
I think about it sometimes. I was just thinking about what I would want to teach if I could teach anything.
Did you decide what that might be?
No, there are too many choices. I have a lot of interests, so it's really hard to just
Yeah.
decide.
How many years have you been teaching?
This is my first year.
Are there other grades that you might like to teach in the future?
I don't know, sometimes I think I would like to teach older kids because I like social studies and I know more about the content that like high school students might learn in social
Do
studies.
you have any interest in teaching younger?
No, I don't think elementary school's for me.
What inspired you to become a teacher?
You know, really tough question. I was kind of wondering what I should do with my life. And I started thinking about how, you know, what should I do? I knew I needed to go back to school. And I think what I like most about teaching is that I am forced to learn new things every day. You know, it's hard. I need to learn about my class and the dynamics and how I can design lessons so that my class learns the best they can learn. And I'm not that familiar with the content level or the content in social studies here, so I'm learning a lot about the ancient world right along with my class, which I think is kind of fun.
Do you have any advice for people who are going to be coming to middle school next year of something that they need to be prepared for?
I would say be prepared to write down everything you need to get done in your agenda. I could show you mine. It's crowded and full, and I think it's really important to stay organized and write down everything you need to know because you'll be less likely to forget what you're doing, forget to turn in work, and make sure you're kind of on top of everything.
Are there a lot of students who just have their binders, a tornado, nothing organized?
Absolutely.
And do you try and enforce that in your class where writing in your agenda is something that you should be doing?
I make forceful suggestions, but I don't think they always work.
Thank you for your time and thank you for your letting us do this.
Of course, thank you so much. They were excellent questions.
Well, thanks for watching our interviews with Miss McGinnis and Mr. Johansson.
Those were real knee slappers if I do say so myself. Make sure to like and subscribe.
And watch the next video. Bye!